in such rigid areas, and you had this lovely new gentleman working with you who agreed. Harold Davidson?
Harold Davidson.
Yeah. What was the first change you decided to make? Was it in terms of your music or in terms of the image or?
Well, the image changed about 3 years ago, I would say. Just about, yes. About the time Harold came into, actually it's nearly 4 years now. I took off my sideburns. I let my hair go natural. And I guess I had a whole change of clothing type of, my whole wardrobe changed. And my whole outlook on the business was totally different. And I think musically, it's become better. I've had my musical. I have a producer. His name is Joel Diamond. He finds all the music for me, and it's and then we sit down and we go through the whole batch, and it's become more and more. It's become more and more professional. I think.
Well, that's hard to realize because all of it's been professional. You've always been a kind of a perfectionist about your music. There was no question about it. Did your outlook? Because there was a time there when you had a very low profile and your outlook on a lot of things changed, it seems to me, along with the hair and the music and the sideburns. Your outlook on everything changed.
Yeah, I guess I held a very low profile for a number of years, but I think it was a point of destiny. It's the way my life was going. And I don't think it was time for me to open up, as we say,
Because you're basically very shy.
Basically, yes. Well, to an extent, yeah.
I mean, you'd have a hard time telling those ladies with one of the room keys up on the stage that you're shy and that you're not responsive to pushy people. But you are really not...
I'm not pushy.
No, you're not.
I think I've developed a little bit more... without, being conceited, a little bit more confidence.
That's not conceit. That you really need that to be able to make your own statement. When Frank Sinatra talks about his about singers, he generally mentions Tony Bennett. I think he loves the way Tony selects songs and the way he presents them. Do you have anybody that you have always liked? It's always been really important in your
I think the lessons I've learned from a singer was the late Nat King Cole.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's the only one that I think had the true velvet touch and true pitch and qualities that not many singers have today and ever will have.
Yeah. Do you feel it was his interpretation of the lyric, or was it purely that marvelous accident that happens with the quality of his voice?
I think it's the marvelous accident, as you put it. He knew how to form his, to make things sound real.
Yeah. Interesting, because in South America, his albums were tremendous. And when you go to South America, you find everybody singing Spanish with a Nat Cole accent because of that very, that
oh, really?
Yeah, lovely accent that he would have. Well, I guess I was going to ask you another. Is it all right? Can I ask you another question? Okay, I've got just a moment. I want to ask you, what made you decide, finally, to settle in L.A. 3 years ago?
Well, I think the main cause is the bulk of my work is in the United States, and L.A. being the industrial center of the entertainment world, I think it's the most apropos place to stay.
Movies?
I'm hoping that's going to come along soon. We've been trying to get into it for years, in fact. People have we've talked about it time and time again, but nothing has developed so far. Maybe because I haven't found the right song.
Or the right song. Or the right vehicle. That's what it is.
It's like finding the right song and the right kind of material. If you find the right story and the right script, I'm sure it will develop, and I hope I can start a whole new career in that direction.
Can we go down to the gold room right after this? When I call it the gold room, I mean gold. We'll be right back. I want you to know that this beautiful object here where I have shown such admirable restraint and not cut into it for a moment, was only a part of our little welcome here at Engelbert's beautiful home. Upstairs, there is a groaning board. If it has come through the roof by now, with the ham and the turkey and the cheese and the beautiful pies, as you say, that cheesecake.
Well, we give you the check on the way out.
Oh, only kidding. Oh, that's all right, because it's a very cheap show. You can't really... No, this is the gold record room. And this is the room I was telling you about. There are how many gold records here?
Well,
I'll do it. Start with the biggies, the 33 1/3. Then you can go to the 45s.
Well, I don't know. I should have about...
You don't know?
No, I think... You see, on the when I was coming to America...
You lost
I lost a few in transit, yes. But the ones I saved, I'm very proud of, and I put it up on the wall for...
You lost a few? Do you mean... This is an entire wall, I would say. It's something like 38 feet of gold records, and he did lose a few. So
and I'm very upset about it. I really am, because I really treasure that wall. I really do.
I don't blame you. That wall is a treasure. I mean, in today's market, that wall is worth $1.50. Let me tell you, more than a cup of coffee and a diploma. Any particular record that you have up there that brings back a strong, wonderful association?
I think always your first record that established you and stamps your style, I think is the one that really stands out in my mind. Of course, that was Release Me. And, yeah. And in England, it sold 2.5 million in just a matter of about 6 weeks.
There's some photographs here, too. I saw that lovely one of your whole family with your mother and your father in the center and the children all around.
7 sisters and 2 brothers. Yeah.
7 sisters and 2 brothers. And I met your adorable children. Beautiful. You let me into the house. They are, I'm no mistaken. They all look like you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Thank God for that.
I think we'll probably be right back.
Sure.
When you start to do an album, which you will now you're working on, you're going into the MGM Grand, you're getting ready to work on it. When you start to work on an album, are you looking for new and different material, or will you again take a song like Release Me, which has been done by other people, and use that as a core for an album?
No, it all depends. This new album I have out of the moment, it's strictly a brand new song, but I do take standards and I change them around a little bit. For instance, I just recorded on my new album Unforgettable, the Nat King Cole song.
Yes, sure.
And If You Love Me, the Edith Piaf song.
See, I think that's so important. I think a whole new world has opened up to so many people because Willie Nelson has been doing that and taking some of the standards, and I think you should.
I think it's important.
That old 8-bar phrase of 1616 is not that bad.
Well, I think if you can take one of the old standards and give it a little contemporary treatment, the lyrics that were written in those days are superb.
I noticed some pictures. You with Elvis Presley?
Elvis. I have a lot of pictures. I have Jack Benny and all the famous people that I've worked with. You know. And one up there with Jane.
Yes, with Jane Mansfield.
Yeah, and I have one with Dinah.
Dinah who?
Well,
the one, you mean the one?
The one and only.
The one with the cake?
The one and only, yeah.
Oh, I'm so pleased. I'll have to look at that.
Well, see, you didn't even notice that.
No, well, I haven't had a chance. I've been looking at the gold records with such envy. In the memories of Elvis Presley, I noticed there are quite a few, though, of the two of you. Were you a fan of Elvis?
I was a big fan of Elvis. I would say, quite honestly, that he was the most dynamic stage performer I've ever seen in my life as a male performer.
Yes, I feel he was tremendous.
Yeah, and I've seen them all. I would say, I might maybe hurting a few friends of mine, but I'm sorry, but Elvis was.
I saw him get on the stage toward the end of his career when he was overweight and unhappy, but it was one of the most dynamic experiences I'd ever had in a club. I was